My experience on the Titanic was one of great sadness. My father, Charles, and I boarded the ship in Geographic, France, bound for the Americas. The ship itself was definitely a marvel, with every modern commodity imaginable. In many ways one could entertain him or herself, including swimming pools, auctions, and board games.
Checkmate.
When I first set foot on the ship, it gave me a very distinct start. The ship seemed, well, a little bit imposing, and in many ways not the indestructible piece of machinery that many were led to believe. This was soon led to be true. And by true, I mean that the ship was not as indestructible as many thought.
Oh my goodness, there's an iceberg straight ahead. Yes, this is a lookout. There's an iceberg at approximately 500 meters now, and it's on the starboard right side. Well, starboard is the right side, never mind. Of the ship. Turn left. Yes, turn left. Alright, thank you, sir.
About 15 years now. Let's make it 23 degrees.
Oh,
shall we?
absolutely.
Okay.
I'm happy to do it. Yeah.
All right, let's put this to bed.
There we go.
All right, that looks good. Ship's veering to port. Go 22 knots. Sideswipes the iceberg. Murdoch ports around the iceberg. Try to keep from hitting the propellers. That looks pretty good. Okay, so now we're watching an accelerated time. We see the first 5 compartments flood. They equalize pretty quickly. Bows pulled down. We see the port list. Port list looks right. That looks like about 9 degrees. Well, you can really see the effect of that list on the flooding. So yeah, superstructure starts to get pulled under. Funnels collapse at their base. Now the bow is accelerating downward. That looks good. We're starting to see the stern come up. We got our maximum peak stress, and yeah, boom, boom, it breaks. Okay, bow swinging down. That looks good. The double keel hang on, and then they separate. Bow plunges straight down. All right, we got mast snapping back. The funnels are ripping backwards, pulling off all the davits. Bow's going down like a torpedo. Here's the angle when it falls through into a stable position. Let's see the stern. Heeling way over to port. That looks right. And she goes, yep, that's right. She goes almost vertical just when she goes under, and then boom, implodes. Now she accelerates, and all the stuff starts to rip off. See the shell plating going. There goes the double bottom frisbeeing off. And the stern's falling through. So now the stern's falling aft end down. And we see the spiraling. Here comes the bow. Bow's falling in a stable position, and it hits. Yeah, boom. It kind of breaks its back, and we see the hydraulic outburst and the downblast effect. Let's see the stern. We see the shell plating blowing off, decks, everything kind of settling around it. Looks like a big airplane crash site. Bada bing, bada boom. That's exactly what we're looking for.
Although the ship had power in excess in its engines, it didn't have the power to sustain a scratch from a block of ice and keep itself above the grasp of the sea. I had been awakened by the collision in the late hours of April 14th, and my father and I had been reprimanded for damaging a door while trying to help a poor man out of his cabin once the ship started to go down. My father was lost in the disaster. I eventually returned home, hoping to start a new life and play tennis and go to Harvard to study and play tennis there as well. This will do for my story for now.
Could you please send this to the post office?
Thank you.